Okay, what's up everybody? It's your neighborhood Professor Kobe, Professor J on the ones and twos. And today we're gonna have a little bit of a story time. It ain't gonna be long. I say it's not gonna be long, but we're gonna shoot for it not being long. So today's lesson is about life throwing you curveballs, and I'm going to be the topic of discussion because I can talk about myself. I'm just going to tell you the series of events that I had this past week. I normally don't share my business just because I'm not a very open person, but if this can help somebody else, then I did my job in the world. So last Monday, you know, I was having a great start. I cooked breakfast, I fixed my lunch, I was playing my gospel music because I always just have to have my time with Jesus before I go to work and encounter all the craziness that entails that. I had a great weekend. You know, it was real chill, hung out with friends and everything. So finished cooking everything. I picked up my bag with my lunch in, and I also was taking the trash out. Open the door, and in my apartment complex I have a carport that I pay for, so as soon as I open the door, like, I can see my car. So I open the door and I don't see it, but for some reason in my mind I'm thinking I'm tripping, like, well, maybe I parked it somewhere else other than the paid parking spot that I paid for. So I'm walking down the stairs, I got the trash in one hand, I got my breakfast and lunch in the other hand. Still don't see my car, but I'm still like, you know, maybe I just parked it somewhere else, when I know I parked it in that spot. So walk down the stairs, I throw the trash away, and then I'm like right in front of the spot, me and the spot looking at each other, and it ain't no car in there. So at this one I'm like, well, let me just push the button, because I got my keys in my hand. I'm like, well, I'm trying to push the alarm, see if it goes off. Nothing. And then finally it hit me like, bitch, your car gone. Like, it ain't here. It ain't playing hide and seek with you. This ain't Duck Duck Goose and it's running. This ain't tag. No, it's not it. Your car gone. So then I like call my dad, because I call him every morning. I'm like, somebody stole my car. And I guess he thought I was joking, even though I don't really know why I would call somebody at 7 o'clock in the morning and say they stole my car. But that's another story in itself. So I called my dad, and then I called the police, call the insurance and all that stuff. So my car's like legit stolen. And the state that I'm in, the state that I'm in, like, that's what they do out here. They like steal cars like it's nobody business, like they going out of style. But I just didn't think that it would happen to me, and maybe that's where I went wrong. So I just have like all of these thoughts going through my head. I'm questioning why I moved out here, because I'm out here by myself. And I know that the Lord has brought me out for some reason, but right now it's like I ain't trying to see what the end goal is. Like, somebody stole my car. I done moved out here. I hate it out here now. Do I like my job? Do I really like my job? So that was Monday. Tuesday was a little bit okay. Wednesday they found my car. It wasn't extremely far from where my house was, from where my apartment was. But the people that stole it like busted up the ignition, so I wasn't able to physically drive it, and I had to get it towed. And they were also doing drugs in the car, like hardcore. The police officer asked me, is this your meth? And I was just like, lady, even if it was my meth, why would I tell you that? Because you like a whole police officer out here in these streets. Like, why would I tell you that that's my meth? So, but for the most part, everything else is good. It's still in working condition. The insurance is doing their job. And then I encountered another hurdle, because I really wanted to get out of the apartment complex that I'm in, because they don't have cameras. They don't have a front gate for you to like have to put a code in or swipe a card, push and buzz somebody. Like, none of that is there. So, excuse me. So I ended up looking at my lease, and I was trying to call the front office. They were giving me the runaround. They ended up giving me the regional office. I called that lady asking for the corporate office, and they were giving me the runaround. She never answered my phone call, and they just really weren't sincere in how they were handling me. They were basically just like, your insurance covers your car, which I get that, like that's what my insurance covers. But the property owners stated that they weren't going to issue any cameras. They weren't going to put up a fence in the front. And they really kind of was just saying they didn't care. Like, if you got insurance, you straight, but we're not going to do anything. And of course, the lease is like ironclad. Everything is in there to the point where it says like they are not obligated to put up cameras or fences. So I just literally just wanted to get out of the lease because I don't necessarily feel safe. Even though this is a very great, nice neighborhood, it just wasn't happening. Like, I was going to have to pay like $2,000 plus some type of fee just to get out of the lease, on top of the 2 months rent that I was going to end up paying for anyway until January when I wanted to move out. So this week was just last week was just a very interesting week for me. Like, I literally just want to put my phone in airplane mode so that I didn't have to talk to nobody. But I know it's at least 5 people that would have been on the first thing smoking out here, and I didn't need them problems in my life either. But I just been kind of down, like, and the thing about the Lord, whoever you serve, like, He fixed it. Even though my car got stolen and I feel like I just am in this hole right now, like, there was never a time where I was sad. I had like one moment where I cried just to get it out, because I literally could not cry the day it happened, because I work at a higher education institution and I had students to help. Plus, I'm in a PhD program, so I had to teach after I got off work. So I literally could not afford to have a meltdown. And that's the one thing that I'm thankful for, because a lot of people, I ended up still going to work Monday. I didn't get there till like 10. And everybody in my department was just looking at me like, girl, I would not have been at work today. But I have to help people. Like, that's what I was born to do. That's what I was built to do, to help people. Even if I can't help myself, I'm gonna find a way to help somebody else. Like, that's just how I am. So I knew that students needed me, and I knew that my department needed me, and I knew that I needed to go to class because I needed to present the information. And I didn't want to reschedule any of that, because that just meant I would have had to prolong everything. So I still ended up going to work the whole week. I ended up helping everybody at my job that week because people just needed a shoulder to cry on, or a person to listen to and vent to. So even though my car is gone and I can't get out of my apartment complex until May, He saw fit for me to help people the whole week so that I wouldn't focus on what I didn't have or what I was going through. And I went to church today, and the sermon just kind of hit the nail on the hammer, or however you say that saying. The preacher was talking about how the Lord wants to see like what we do when we're going through the storm. And I moved out here for a reason. I'm still trying to figure out what the reason is, but I've enjoyed it so far. And I could have easily just been down, and once they found my car, just quit, moved back home for a while, found another job, and just did whatever I needed to do. But that's not a positive way to look at it. And even if I did do all of that, by the time I got another job and I go there, some other stuff can happen. So there's always going to be like tests and trials. There's always going to be curveballs that's thrown at you. But it's all about how you handle the situation. So I'm grateful that I did have my small group of friends that know about this whole situation last week, calling and checking on me, being there to listen to me when I just needed to talk about nothing, when I didn't feel like I could talk about anything because I was so focused on making sure everybody else got help. I just thankful for my family and friends. And I just look at the positives. Like, I am out here, it's a new place, and although I am by myself, I've already made a good amount of friends. I've been accepted into PhD program that I really wanted to be in on the first try at that. And I'm happy. Like, the Lord is putting people in my life that I never thought would be there. And I'm just excited to see where it goes. But I guess I just wanted to come on here and just tell you about a little bit about what happened through my week and just tell you, you know, even though you're going through a storm or you're going through a trial or some type of tribulation, it's going to be okay because the sun will shine again. You know, right now it's raining heavily on my life, but I'm still happy. Like, besides that one moment where I did have a small little breakdown or meltdown of crying, and that was just a release because my body was just, I just needed to get it out. I have not had one sad day at all. I didn't have one sad day last week, and I know it was him. So I said all that to say, you know, like, when life does throw you curveballs, it's not about how you act in that moment that matters. It's what you do as you progress through the trial, because that's the real test. And I've been listening to Jonathan McReynolds' album, Try and Make More Room, all of that, and The Days of Elijah by, I can't remember the name of the person right now, but I've just been listening to uplifting songs because I know that he is watching how I'm reacting through this storm. Like, I could have easily given up, I could have easily just called it quits, but I know that in this time of discomfort, and my play grandma told me this when I was on the phone with her, she was like, right now you're just in an uncomfortable situation because the Lord is making room to elevate you to something greater. And although I didn't want to hear it at the time because I was just like, man, my car got slow. I ain't trying to hear what none of y'all saying. Y'all can drive around in y'all vehicles all willy-nilly, and mine out here just chilling in the desert somewhere. She just by herself. But I'm thankful that she did say that, because it is true. Like, I feel a shift, and in this uncomfortable time, I know that there is something out there that is greater for me. I just need to be. So my camera cut off, and I know it's about to be some little weird glitchy transition right now. I'm sorry. I guess I was talking too long, but we passed like the 10-minute mark, and if you have stayed and listened to me for this long, you a real one. I'm just going to end with my little remarks and comments like we do in church. And just say, you know, when life throws you a curveball, or when you feel like you're going through a storm, or that you just can't see the light at the end of the tunnel, I know it's hard to believe that it's going to get better, but it is going to get better. I don't know what my better is right now, but I'm excited about it. Like, you know, I ended up getting my car back, and it was in great condition for the most part. When other people's cars who have gotten stolen out here, they end up in the chop shop or just in pieces by the time that they do get them back. I'm thankful that I have the insurance that allowed me to get a rental car, and that's allowed me to get my car fixed in the places that it needs to get fixed. So even in a state of uncomfortableness or discomfort, you know, that just means that there's a shift that's happening in your life. And so, you know, there's always a calm before the storm. And I truly believe that right now, I guess I'm just built for the storm that I'm going through, because there's not one time that I have doubted what he is doing or have been mad at him or cursed his name or anything like that. Like, I know that everything's going to be all right. I've had my moments where I'm just like, well, but then I slowly kind of just slap myself and say, you know, he brought you out here for a reason. You in your right mind, you got a job, you able to pay your bills, you got a way to get around, you making new friends, and you're doing exactly what you said you're going to do. And that's all I can ask for, because when I graduated, I said that I wanted to walk across that stage and go to a job, and that's exactly what I did. And I just have to trust and believe that he will see me through. So now I'm about to get off my soap opera. And, you know, I don't want y'all to feel sorry for me or blow up my DMs or inbox me or anything like that. I just wanted to share what happened to me this past week and show you that I'm smiling and that I'm okay and that I will be okay. Because I know that everything's going to be alright. Because even though my car got stolen Monday, I haven't went without anything that whole week or this week. And I've amazingly been able to smile every day and help someone every day, which gives me joy and lets me know that I'm still in the right field. So if I'm gonna be okay, and I've been through some pretty bad things, this is just a small little appetizer of things that have happened to me. I wouldn't even drink to really go in depth and to know y'all a little bit better. But anyway, I'm gonna get off here because I definitely said I wasn't gonna keep y'all long, and we're probably in like 13 minutes now. So I hope that y'all have a great week. Have a better week than I had last week, even though it was still a great one. And y'all stay moisturized in these streets because it's like 35 degrees here. You know, just pray for me and my chapped lips. Alright, y'all. I'll see y'all next week. Same time, same place. Peace.